via the accommodation party, you enter into an agreement. You enter in an agreement to issue securities as the appropriate person under UCC 8-308, and they distribute the cargo under the trust rules and regulations of 26 U.S.C. 674, Treasury Regulations 1.674b, in service of you. However, now they declare you dead for the purpose of the transaction, or after the transaction. Then they go, oh, now you're dead again. So they raise you up to life, they make the spirit appear, and then they go, oh, he's dead again. And then they come in under 26 U.S.C. 1040 under a 2023A D2 election by the executor of the estate, which is the infant who is the decedent, and cause of issuance of securities to the estate, to the vessel of the vessel, the name, the trust, for distribution of the trust assets under 26 U.S.C. They just reverse the process. That's all they do. They get it, they bring you in to issue it, and then they go, oh, he's dead again, and then drop you like a ton. And then they try and wash their hands clean. And what they've really done is, what's really happened is the chartered vessel has taken on cargo, has mortgaged the cargo to the hilt, has then declared a state of emergency, dumped the cargo overboard, collected on the insurance, and then went back and performed a salvage operation. And this is what they're doing. No, what I'm saying is, once you inform one of them, you're that the man and the name that like me, has a name and a social security number. Their lien is done. The statute is a lien. It's done. Anything they're charging you under, done. Any corporation charging you, done. It's all operating under the same lien the IRS comes in under.
But let me ask you, because you said some profound words there. Is it possible to go to the risk management office and have them stamp it, because risk management oversees the public insurance and bonds?
Yeah, they would have to. They would have to. If they didn't, they would be complicit. Once you told them, I mean, under IRS code this, the decedent state's no longer, I'm no longer liable for it. Y'all got to take care of it now. Because the infant now has a social security number. You're the infant.
Right.
And you're now of age of majority.
Right.
Once the infant is of age of majority, the estate automatically revests in the infant. And now there's no longer any maritime liens. And now they have to service whatever it is you want, because they conscripted you into a foreign land. And when they did that, they denied you the original jurisdiction where your sovereign provided everything you needed to cover every beneficial interest you ever had. Now they have to do the same goddamn thing, because they're the ones who conscripted you into service. And the original use of fruct has been denied, so the next one supplied is always less than the original, so the discount value of it is what covers any cost you'll ever have according to it. But you have to first accept the name and number and inform them, ask them, if an infant has a social security number, is he no longer a decedent? If they say what, then you hand them the IRS code. And it's like 2.1, here, I have it written down on an actual sheet of paper here.
21.7.13.
Right.
What code says that the infant is dead?
IRS manual 21.7.13.3.2.2. An infant is the decedent of an estate or grantor, owner, or truster of a trust, guardianship, receivership, or custodian that is yet to receive their Social Security number.
It's highlighted in that document I sent you.
Okay,
Jade.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's right there in their manual.
And just run it down until you find the highlights.
Right.
I was reading a book on corpus trust, and it was talking about Indian nation and how when, the settlers came here with their European laws, they had declared that the indigenous people of the land of the United States were infants because they didn't know how to manage over their assets. So what they decided to do was declare them as infants and create a corpus trust for the trustee to manage. And that at any time when the infant had reached the age of maturity, then the corpus would basically be deleted and there would be no need for a trustee anymore.
Right.
Yep.
And that's what we're doing here. Only they've hit it, and they're not doing it because, hey, every time they come to a door, every agent comes to the door, identifies a dude by name and a number. That automatically invalidates his lien.
Yep. They went from doing that.
Invalidates it.
They went from doing that just to the Indians to doing it to everybody in 1933.
Yes.
Very interesting. So what do you think will happen after you drop off the paperwork for us?
I don't know. We already did it today.
Okay.
We put it in the court today. They took it. We're going to, it's an answer to a summons I got, so they're the ones who initiated the case. They have to deal with it. Yeah, it was beautiful, dude. I was looking through Admiralty rules, and I'm like, why the hell am I looking at Admiralty rules, man? I'm not the one initiating the case. I just have to answer. So I gave him an answer. Libel overview. It's the only remedy you have.
I'd like to see that. If
Yeah.
that's possible.
No, nobody sees this yet.
Okay.
Until, not until it goes through and it gets done. Because
Okay.
it pretty much lays it all out. I mean, there's some parts of it that have changed since, another understanding, but the gist of it's there. With how far the actual thing works. I forgot about the accommodation party and the UCC 3-308, or not 308, but one where 80, is it 8- it's one of the ones where they show where it doesn't transfer over to any other part of the law.
Earlier on today is relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Zippy was with me when we found this one earlier on today.
Oh, we found some. We found one that you could probably find in your books too. Look at the code. Look at their manuals to see if you can figure out what they consider the infant who hasn't got a number yet. It's going to be a decedent, and that's how they're getting in. Now, man, here's what you do: you call up the IRS and ask them the questions.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones who run the fucking show.
Yeah.
You don't deal with all these little piddly little things. You don't deal with anything like that. You go to the guy, when you know the problem, you go to the root. And since everybody's going off the same IRS master file, then you go to the IRS and tell them correct it. Because you take this little thing. Are you aware of IRS code whatever? IRS code number 2021, IRS manual 21.7.13.3.2.2. Yeah? Well, I happen to have a social security number, so why the hell are your agents forcing their liens against me? And why are the hell are they doing it against the other millions of people who have it? Don't speak for just you. Speak for everybody.
Of the intervention of equity, a discretionary system of jurisprudence which supplemented and corrected the common law.
I think I would wait till Friday because we'll be in court. Thursday I'll be in court, in the courtroom, but it's...
Still right on the floor of the court, man. Watch their heads explode.
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, Thursday's going to be that meeting with the public defender, and he's going to ask if I'm going to take the deal.
Oh, you're going to ask him the question. Everybody that comes up to Smokey's going to ask him the same damn questions. Why would Smokey do anything else?
Well, I mean, okay. I mean, I'm just wondering because then, I mean, or I was wondering if I would want to wait till Friday when I'm in court on the record doing this.
Do it in front of him.
You're going to give him notice, Smokey?
Well, yeah, I was just wondering if there's any reason that I wouldn't want to give it to him before I get actually in court where there's a recorder and everything.
Yeah, just start asking him the questions. Do I have a name? Yeah. Do I have a social security number? Yeah. Why are you enforcing a maritime lien? Why are you enforcing a maritime lien against, why are you holding me liable for your snagging your security out of the estate? That's what they're doing. They're snagging the security out of the estate and forcing the lien right on.
Horace, did you hear about what Zippy did today?
No, what'd he do?
He phoned up the Inland Revenue.
Yeah?
And we had a little chat. It
Yeah?
took him a few hours, actually. And what he did was he corrected the mistake
Yeah?
of the name.
Okay.
And he pointed out to her that the name doesn't actually exist.
Okay.
And he
You
pointed
don't want the name to actually not exist. You want, here's the deal. When you accept the name and accept the number and accept the estate they've done, it all vests within you. Once it vests within you, the estate, you've come to life, and once you come to life, everything revests within you, and now you're operating out of equity, because everything you do is equity. You accept the name and number, and you accept the name and number, and the estate revests within you. Now you have all three, and the fucker making the claim has no claim. Why? Because you have a superior claim on equity to all three. And now he has zero.
Okay.
The name and the number vests within you, but it's not yours to own.
Yep.
You have one.
Okay, right. Can I say something then?
Right.
That probably explains why they are two different entities, yeah? Or should I say two different names? Because what we've got here with the birth certificate is the fact that there's only a given name and there's no mention of a surname,
Well,
right?
what you have on the birth certificate is a book entry asset number.
Right.
There is no birth certificate. There's a file number and there's an entry asset number. All that other shit is designed to get you to argue over names, to not make you accept it. The reality of it is, Florida has two birth certificates. One comes from a file. It's a certified copy of the state file number that's on it. And the other one's a certified copy of the book entry number. Okay? It's not a birth certificate.
That'll be 15.
Asset numbers and book entry numbers.
That'll be number 15 on the indenture.
And
Okay.
when you accept the name and the number, and you do that by putting them together and getting what? A driver's license. That driver's license is supposed to indicate to the rest of the fuckers out here, you're not to be touched. Because that means everything is vested back within the one dude. And now it identifies the one using it. That's the law that's supposed to be there. That's the way they're supposed to enforce it. The way it's being enforced now, you're considered dead still. And thus liable for every security that issues in service of the account.
In equity, when a party has possession of a thing to which he has no legal right to, he is construed trustee of the thing.
Yes. And right now I'm telling you to call up IR or your internal revenue or whatever the hell and tell them I have a name, I have a number. Does that would that vest both of them within me and make it not a decedent anymore?